So, dear Esther, we were discussing external libraries. That is Numpy. Right now, we were discussing Numpy, and we have discussed one-dimensional, two-dimensional, three-dimensional arrays, and there are some common functions. So today we will extend this topic because NumPy library is very uh, offering a great number of functions, and we can perform some sort of data analysis. So right now today we are going to discuss data analysis using NumPy. So because uh, normally we have to deal data in different organizations. So to analyze data we have to perform a lot of different mathematical or statistical functions. So this numpy offers a number of statistical operations, statistical operations or functions you can say. So today we are going to discuss these functions, and we have created uh, different arrays, but for getting some understanding, uh, I am creating a new array. It's uh, I am writing the name of the array is array new, and I can create some array by using np because I have aliased numpy as an np, so I can use np rather than writing complete name of library, that is numpy. So I'm writing here np dot array. So I will create a simple array, you can say 2 4 6 8 10 12 14. So it is a array, and elements are values are very smaller here. So if you are familiar with statistics, then this numpy is offering a lot of statistical operations which we most of the time need for data analysis. There are different calculations. We can find out mean of the array. So I can find mean by np dot mean. Now in simple words, mean could be known as average. So I have to write np dot mean, then I have to write here name of the array, which is array new. So let me write here mean or average in simple language. We sometimes calls it as an average, but in statistics it is known as mean. So the same function is here we have to call. I am going to print here data analysis functions so that we could find out our output easily. If I am running this code, you can see it is calculating mean or average of the array, which is 8. So how it is calculated, I just told you that in normal or natural language we called mean as an average. So the formula of average is sum of elements dividing by number of elements. It is formula of mean. So you can check this. It is very simple. 2 plus 4 6, 6 plus 6 12, 12 plus 8 20, plus 10 30, then 42, then 56. So it is mean equal 56 dividing by, there are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 elements, and the answer is straight away 8. So okay, let me tell you, we can find the mean of some two-dimensional array or three-dimensional array also. For example, if I'm finding array, let me check, yes, array 3D of 3D array, it will calculate average or mean for three-dimensional array, which is 6.5. I have to show you how it is calculating. The array is array 3D, so let me find it first. I hope it will be at start. So you can see 1 plus 2 3, 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 4 10, plus 5 15, 21, 28, and 36, 45, 55, then 66, then 68, and 10 78. So 78 dividing by 3 36, 39, 378 dividing by 12, it is approximately 6.5. So actually we can find out mean of any array, even it is three-dimensional or two-dimensional or four-dimensional. But we can perform, uh, we can get we can do all of these calculations according to our problem statement. So there are different functions, other functions also provided by NP. So let me show you. Print, I can find even median, which is uh, another function. Actually statistics offers different formulas for different type of data. For example, this array is very simple. Sometimes we have grouped data also. So all of these functions are for simple data, not for grouped data. Okay, the same case with median. We can find median of any array. So the name of the array is array new. So median will find out very central value of the whole array. So you can see here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. There are 7 elements in the array, so the central element will be 8. So when we are running this code, you can see median of the array is 8. If we are changing central element, for example, there is a, let me add few other elements, because by changing 8 will not change the answer, it is 10. Let me tell you, if I am changing this 8 with 67, so what will happen? Or if I am changing this 10 with 70, then what will happen? Because it is some sort of tricky, what it will do, first of all, it will sort these elements of array in some order. Then it will find out central value. For example, you can see here 67 as per ascending order should come after 56, and 70 should come after 67. So if I am arranging these elements in a proper sequence, then the sequence could be this one. So you can see now elements are 2, 4, 6, 12, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and answer should be this one, fifth value. So it is the case with median. If I am entering some higher number of value in between the elements, then it will make a difference accordingly, because to find out median, all of the elements should be arranged in an ascending order. So it is the case. I am right now I am For simplicity, I am removing some higher values elements from this array so that we can easily verify our answers. Anyhow, so you can see right now median is 8, average of array is 8.0. Also, it is some sort of coincidence. Anyhow, then there are different other operations also available. For example, I can find out standard deviation, print standard deviation of array. So how I can find np dot std, because std is short form for standard deviation array new. Okay, so it will find out the standard deviation, but we first of all we must know about the formula of standard deviation. Can I ask, are you familiar with statistics or some formulas of statistics? Uh, Dear Esther, can are you
Yeah. Um, I don't really remember too much of it. Yeah,
okay?
it's been a long time since I worked with statistics.
Okay, fine. So I can write some formula here so that we can easily verify. But first of all, let me tell you, there is two types of standard deviation. What is one is about standard deviation of population, and the other is about standard deviation of uh, of some sample. So, but there is very little difference. Uh, Let me write here formula for standard deviation. I can for simplicity I can write here st equal x. X is representing every element of the array. X minus x, uh, actually there should be bar, which is mean of the array, then square of this one, then dividing by n, then square root of all of these things. Okay, I can uh, show you, I can perform, I can find out standard deviation at some simple notepad so that you would be understand this. So let me tell you, because mean of this array is it is median, mean of this array is 8. So how we can find out standard deviation? I have to write all of the elements in a tabular form: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. These elements known as x. I have to find first x minus x complement or mean. So I know mean is 8, so I have to perform for this operation for all of the elements. 2 minus 8 is equal to minus 6, 4 minus 8 equal minus 4, 6 minus 8 equal minus 2, 8 minus 8 equals 0, 10 minus 8 2, 12 minus 8 4, and 14 minus 8 equals 6. So it is x minus x. Next I have to perform square of all of these answers. So how I can, I think I have not written here square. Yes, I have to write here this symbol, which is we can write this symbol caret sign for square. Okay, now I have to find square of all of the elements. So square of minus 6 is 36, square of minus 4 is 16, 2 is 4, 0 for 0, 2 for 4, 4 for 16, and 6 for 36. So I have to find out sum of these values. So let me do some simple mathematics. 16 plus 4 is equal to 20. So this 20 plus this 20 is equal to 40. Then 40 plus 36 plus 36, and I believe 40 plus 72, it would be 72 plus 40, 112 I think. So now I have calculated, I can write this formula to show you the answer accurately here. So right now you can see I have calculated x minus x bar square, which is 112. Now I have to divide all of this value with n, and you know what is n, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. There are 7 elements, so I have to divide it with 7. So the answer for this division would be 112 dividing by 7. Let me find it by using calculator. 112 dividing by 7, it would be 16. Then I have to find square root, and you know square root for 16 must be 4. So okay, now I can run this code. So you can see here the answer for standard deviation is 4, and this standard deviation is one variation of standard deviation, which is known as standard deviation of population. Okay, so I can write here uh, standard deviation for, okay, I can write here population standard deviation of array. If I want to calculate standard deviation for sample, then the only difference is with this factor dividing by n. I have to divide with n minus 1, and in this formula I have to write here uh, this thing DDOF equal 1, then it will change. uh, I can write here again, so that I have to divide with 8. If I am doing this calculation by using calculator, dividing by 8, it would be 14. Then square root of 14 will be 3.7 approximately. So it is the difference between standard deviation of population and sample. So if I'm calling standard deviation for sample, then you can see the answer will be 4.320. Okay, uh, it is the mistake anyhow. So it is these are two variations of standard deviation. So there is another calculation, statistical calculation, just like this standard deviation, that is variance. So I can find out variance of array. So all of these statistical formulas we can use to perform some data analysis. These are very common. Population variance, the same cases with variance. There are two variations for variance. One is population variance, and population variance is simple, we can call this. And there is a sample variation. I I can call sample variation by uh, doing the same thing. So it is a sample variation. Let me tell you what is the difference between standard deviation and variance. Okay. Oh, I have to change the formula, which is, I believe, variance VAR, so that I could get actual answers. And you can see variance, population variance is 16 and sample variance is 18.6. Now let me tell you what is the difference between standard deviation and variance. In variance we are not doing this square root, all of the other things are same. For example, if I am using variance, if I am if I want to find variance of data, then I don't have to do this square root. I have to remove this, so it is the answer, which is 16. And population variance is 16 here. So these are different statistical operations. I can find out simple sum of the array, and I can I can call I am copying this sum of array. Now now let me tell you, sum is very simple, which is addition of all of the elements of array. Sum of any array. Right now I am interested in array new, which have some elements 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. So the sum of all of these elements is 56. I can find product of the array. So to find the product, I can use very simple function, which is np dot prod. Okay, it will calculate product of every element. How it will find the product? It will multiply all of the elements with each other. For example, it will multiply 2 with 4, then 4 with 6, then 6 with 8, and so on. So I can remove some of the elements to verify the answer. Rather, I can use this simple array. So you can see it is 480. So you can calculate 10 into 6, 60. 60 into 4, it is 240. 240 into 2, it is 480. So we can find out sum, we can find out product, we can perform different operations here. So let me check this one. And now I can print out array in uh, simply I can print out array by calling name of the array. So rather I have to write here array new, because I want to print out new array, so it is 2 4 6 10. But let me tell you some another operations. If I am removing some elements from here and I am writing at the end of this array, then if I am calling, if I am running this code, you can see these are elements of array, and I can sort out uh, elements of array. You can see sorted elements of array. I can sort the elements of array by calling np.sort, and I have to write name of the array, which is array new. So you can see what is the answer. Okay, it is the actual array, which is in this sequence 6 10 2 4 2 4 8, but I can sort it out by using this sort function. So these are some operations offered by Numpy, but believe me, there are different other operations available. But I think it is these operations are enough to discuss here, uh, and we can use all of these operations, all of these statistical formulas, whenever we are doing some sort of data analysis, because in data analysis we have to perform these operations or some other operations also, so it is very important. Def Let me, okay, I think it will work. I think, okay, fine. The number of vowels in the given string are 0, but I believe if char in vowels plus plus count plus plus count plus equal 1. Let me check what is happening here. Okay, fine, now it is working. So but let me check, is plus plus operator working in Python? I think it is working, but why it is not? How does plus plus because I have some confusion, please. In Python, variables are just labels to object in memory. In Python, numeric are immutable, hence by a plus plus if a equals 0 10, we are trying to increment value of 10. A equal 10, syntax error. Okay, so it means plus plus is not working in Python, so we were doing uh, something which is not available in Python, so that it is not working. Okay, let me count it here. 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 7, 8, and 9. It's fine. So it is very simple. Whenever we want to find uh, some characters in some string, then we can use this condition. Okay, we can use this condition. For example, if I am, just for understanding, if I am changing this code little, I am assuming vowels are only lower case a and uppercase a, then if I am running this code, it is saying the number of vowels in the given string are 3. This one, then 2, then 3, and it's over. So it is a for loop. We have to go through to overall string. For char in str, there is a each character, it will go through by character in this string, which we are providing by calling this function. Fine. Then we are checking if char in vowels, if any character is available in this list or in this list, because I have changed number of change vowel string just for understanding. So if any character is from this string which we have offered here, provided here, vowels, then it will count, it will increase value of count by 1. After finishing this for loop, it will return the value of the count, and we are printing, we are calling this function in print statement, and it is printing this value here. So it is the solution of problem statement, where it is asking for calculating number of vowels, lower and upper vowels. So now the next problem statement is, we were trying to solve this problem statement previously. I will do it next, because there is some complexity. And there is a problem statement: create a function that takes two lists as input and returns a new list containing the elements that are common in both lists. So we have been doing some uh, previously we were using sets and other data structures. We can solve this problem very simple way by calling the union function. Okay, now the solution of this problem: first of all, it is asking for create a function. Again, we have to create a function that takes two lists, which will take two lists as input and returns a new list containing the elements that are common in both lists. Okay, so there is some tricky thing. We have to create a function. For creating function, we have to use this def keyword, and we can write the identifier of the function. For example, I'm saying common elements, and it will take two lists. For example, I am saying list 1 and list 2. Then what it will do, it will return a new list which will contain common elements from both of these lists. So we have some uh, common list. So we have to define some list, empty list. Then we can, okay, then we can iterate a loop for item, for every single item in list 1, which we will receive when we will call this function for item in list 1. If item in list 2, if that item is available in list 2, then you know what we are doing. We are calling this list, and we are calling a built-in function which is append. And you know we have discussed this function when we were discussing sets and uh, in data structures topic. In this topic, when we were discussing this data structures topic, we were discussing lists, tuples, dictionaries, sets. So this append function we already have discussed, because at start this common list is empty, and it will, by doing this, it will add element which is available in list 1, and list 2 it will add that element in this common list. So whenever this loop is finished, whenever this loop is finished, it will return the same list, which is common list. Okay, now simply we have to call this function. Before calling, we need two lists to provide here. We need list 1, we need list 2. So you know what we are doing. We have to define here two lists, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It is list 1. Then we are defining list 2. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we can we can call the function straight away, and we can say common elements of list 1 and list 2. Then we can call the function which is common elements, and we have to provide here two lists, which are list 1 and list 2. Okay, if there is some sort of confusion due to same name, then we can change here L1 and L2, and we can change accordingly. Okay, because it makes no difference if the name of the parameters and arguments are same, but if you want to change the parameter name and argument name, then it is appropriate to do this. It's not a problem. So I am running this code, and you can see it is saying common elements of list 1 and list 2 are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, because list 2, okay, list 2 is larger. If I am removing some elements from list 2, then definitely the resultant list will be reduced. You can see right now there are only two elements which are common, between list 1 and list 2, and that is 2 and 4, because 1, 3 and 5 are not in list 1, and 6, 8, 10 are not in list 2. So it will find common elements.